Hi, everyone, and welcome. We're going to be talking about beyond the bellyache, about decoding our digestive health. If you have any questions, please feel free to give Dr. Justine a quick text, 647-987-9355, and she'll be happy to answer all of your questions. I wanted to welcome Dr. Justine. She is our leader here at the Justine Blainey Wellness Center, but she is also a passionate warrior for your and your family's health. Her main objective is to provide you with the best care so that you can be the very best version of yourself. Please help me welcome Dr. Justine.
Hello, everyone. All sorts of amazing information coming your way. Today, we're talking about bellyache, digestion, and your microbiome. But we have information about what if you've had your gallbladder removed, what are gallbladder symptoms, how do you protect your gallbladder, information about managing that holiday stress. I don't know if you've started your Christmas shopping or not. Information about muscle loss and strengthening your muscles, and ways to manage inflammation, edema. So lots of great information coming up, but today we're talking about bellyache and how to manage your digestive system. Our mission is to help you be your best and help chiropractic and a wellness lifestyle be a part of your holistic living. We do that with the 5 essentials, which is maximizing your mind, maximizing your nervous system, maximizing your nutrition, your exercise, and minimizing those toxins. So today we're talking about your amazing digestive system, which is many different organs, a big hollow tube of your gastrointestinal, your GI tract, and your solid organs, your liver, your pancreas, and your gallbladder. It starts with your mouth and goes down your esophagus to your stomach, your small and large intestine, right till outside your bum to your anus. So this is a big tube where things go in and they must come out. Now we are going to talk about that microbiome. It is part of that good bacteria in your digestive system. It is crucial to have good bacteria in your digestive system in order to digest those foods. The challenge is you can get those harmful bacteria or overgrowth, and we're going to be talking about that soon. This good bacteria is essential for you, for your body to digest those foods and break them down. Now, there is a gut-brain axis from your brain all the way to your tummy and back from your tummy to your brain. The brain contains over 100 billion neurons that communicate and regulate your body's behaviors. And your gut has 500 million. So let me say that again. Your brain has 100 billion neurons and your gut has 500 million neurons, and they are connected through the nervous system. We use different neurotransmitters, for example, GABA, that helps our body connect. And to give you an idea is when you're nervous or you're scared, you can feel it in your stomach. Maybe you want to eat less, maybe you want to eat more, maybe you feel nauseous. Your gut health is also related to your immune system. Almost 70% of your immune system is in your gut. And this is where different probiotics, different foods can help either improve your health or help you get sick or lose your health. So as Hippocrates says, all diseases begin in the gut. So what are some of the symptoms of poor gut health? Upset stomach, weight changes up or down, sleep changes, fatigue levels, food sensitivities, bloating, skin problems, digestive problems. So we're going to go through 5 main conditions today that affect your gut: acid reflux, leaky gut, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, and SIBO. Now, acid reflux is super important, also called gastroesophageal reflux, where the stomach acid comes right up. The diaphragm doesn't hold it down, and there's a backflow of that bile coming right up into your mouth and stomach. Many people think of the purple pill or the some type of pill to hold it down, or Tums. But if this happens repetitively, it's leading to poor digestion, poor microbiome, and eventually more disease, not just discomfort. Many people just mask the symptom, but don't actually stop the problem. And that's where it can get more serious. Leaky gut is super important. This is where the lining of the gut is so thin, it gets like little holes in it, little cuts in it, and it affects your gut microbiome, and it will increase inflammation throughout the whole body. Ulcerative colitis is much more difficult to manage. It's a bowel disease with inflammation in the colon. Sometimes people even need to have parts of the colon removed. You can get abdominal pain, urgency of movements, loose stool, weight loss, and it can be very, very serious. It does need to be diagnosed and managed very carefully. Same with Crohn's. Crohn's is a disease. Inflammation affects the deep layers of the intestinal wall, leading to complications like strictures, fistulas, abscesses. These are major problems in the stomach and can be become very, very serious. You can end up with diarrhea, abdominal pain, fatigue, weight loss, and severe malnutrition. Again, very important to do good diagnosis and change the diet. And lastly, number 5, SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine, and leads to abdominal pain, bloating, diarrhea, malabsorption, leading to deficiencies and often weight loss unintended. So the challenge is these diseases are very serious, and what goes in must come out. We need to make sure that we have good nutrition going in, because everything that you eat that's poor is literally causing challenges all the way down that big tube in our bodies. So there are different types of poop, different types of bowel movements, and this is a chart to talk about what's good and what's bad. You can look at little hard balls are meaning that we're not getting enough water, we're not processing well. We're looking for soft snakes like type 4 sausages, smooth and soft and easy to pass. So when you can look at it from very hard, type 1, to very soft, type 7, our goal is to be in the middle the most frequently possible. So it's okay to turn around, take a look, make sure you're digesting your food, and you should be able to easily pass a bowel movement. Now, the conventional responses to gastrointestinal problems, GI problems, is drugs, antibiotics, antacids, Pepto-Bismol, Imodium, trying to just mask the symptoms. And when you talk to your naturopath, it's about taking care of that digestion. How do you heal the gut so that these are short-term solutions, not long-term solutions? Antibiotics, unfortunately, they're like a bomb in the city. They just want to take care of everything. However, they do get rid of your good bacteria. So it's really, really important when you have antibiotics, and they are prescribed to you, that you look to probiotics and afterwards, things like lactobacillus, to help take care of your gut and your gut microbiome afterwards. Some of the side effects of these antibiotics can be digestion issues, bloating, fungal or yeast infections, nausea. And these are sort of destroying the gut lining. And that's why after being prescribed antibiotics, it's important to see your naturopath or your holistic nutritionist and talk about some of the supplements that you can do to them, and just healthy foods to help your bacteria, your natural bacteria, get back to normal. Now, an antacid is typically like, your Tums, or people take something, Pepto-Bismol, to kind of calm down that acid, but it doesn't change the long-term problem. It still masks the problem. They change the pH, and then unfortunately, it's still not addressing the issue. So as a chiropractor, we would refer you to a naturopath to look at your healthy nutrition and then adjust in the areas to help your vagus nerve that's going to come affect down your whole spine, that wandering nerve, and in your mid-back to help your body be able to manage this better, the nerves to your stomach and to your diaphragm. Some of the side effects of antacids is vitamin B deficiency. It does affect your absorption, your body's ability to get those nutrients. And if you're not getting the nutrients, then you're also not going to have the same memory and increased risks of dementia. So we're going to go through some of those alternatives. Instead of a handful of pills, we're looking for a handful of nutrition. And again, talking to your naturopath, your holistic nutritionist, to create the healthy diet for you. Obviously, many of us have foods we don't like. I really have trouble with sauerkraut. Like, I know it's good for me, but it's tough. There was kimchi at Costco the other day, and I was like, and I walked by even though it was free. So these are healthy foods, but sometimes you got to find the one that's going to work for you. So some of the natural solutions, though, apple cider vinegar, I can do that in my salads, no problem. It's going to help with your digestion. Some people just do it with water or with tea. I'm looking at digestive enzymes and supplements that help replace those digestive enzymes in an advanced nutrition plan to make sure you're getting your body's cells healing along that gut lining. So there are different healthy nutrition for the gut, and we're going to go through some of that proper nutrition in order to be able to help you best. And then definitely looking at, really healthy proteins, so free range wild proteins, looking at grass-fed proteins, healthy fats, and trying to eliminate those sugars is a really good start. Now, that some of the challenge starts right from labor. When we look at antibiotics that happen in labor, they can affect the mom's gut microbiome, that can affect the mom's bacteria in their body, and then that, of course, can affect the baby. And if we have too many antibiotics and that affects our overall health, that can lead to different skin conditions like eczema. So we have to be aware that eczema does go up in times of stress. I will get it on my elbows and knees and on my head, and certainly shows up in most times of stress, and that includes in our infants. For our children, one of the best ways to get the perfect food is breast milk, and that's one of my passions. I've been a volunteer with the Peel region called Breastfeeding Companions now for over 24 years or so. And it is one of my passions because the breast is best. It provides all the right foods and to help the gut flora, aids with digestion, aids with nutrient absorption, reduces the risks of allergies, chronic conditions like asthma and allergies, and helps the mom. So if you have any challenges, definitely get the support you need for breastfeeding, even if it's pumping one day a week. Or one time a day even would be the best for your baby. It does give our children the best start. Now, if you're looking at different bottles, be careful that BPA, the different types of bottles that can have different plastics. Now it's so much easier to find healthier bottles. And then looking towards knowing many infants who are breastfed may not sleep as long because that food does digest faster. Each child is different, finding their own sleep routine and the mom and dad's or parents' sleep routine, but definitely breast is best and it will help you digest the food better. Traditional first foods used to be rice, cereal, oatmeal, and baby foods. This is now changing to help the baby's gut bacteria towards, you can learn how to make homemade formulas rather than processed formulas. And the disadvantage with that, but it's also a healthy thing with homemade formulas, is they go bad within one day versus being able to have chemicals in them and have a long shelf life for the different types of processed formulas. So when we get into more gut healthy for babies, to get those healthy foods, you want to add those healthy fats with avocados, sweet potatoes, and berries. And you can learn to puree them, put them in those ice cubes, freeze them, and then be able to thaw them for your children so that you don't have to do it daily and you can prepare in advance. So what are top 5 gut destroying foods? And this is the answer, the list I know you won't like, but we'll go over some good ones coming up. So number 1 is gluten as a top 5 destroying food. Wheat, rye, barley, active zonulin. These are areas that many people may not be celiac or Crohn's, or they may not have a true allergy, but they have an intolerance. For me, when I have gluten, I'm more tired. I get more eczema, I get more rashes, I get more itchy. So it doesn't mean I'm severely allergic to it, but it does affect my overall energy and focus. So one of the best ways is to do an elimination diet. Just eliminate gluten completely for 2 weeks and then put it back in on, the next day as much as you feel you want to, and see how your body reacts. Number 2 is damaged fats, staying away from different types of seed oils, all right, especially vegetable oil, canola oil, looking towards your avocado, olive oil, your natural oils. Otherwise, that leads to dysbiosis and damage to your stomach. Number 3 of 5 gut destroying foods is sugar and artificial sugars. Artificial sugars like sucralose, aspartame, saccharin, NutraSweet, they damage that gut bacteria. This is not when you want the little packet and shaking the blue or the pink or the yellow packet for your tea or your coffee. This is damaging your gut lining and does eventually actually lead to weight gain, not weight loss. So staying away and limiting from staying away fully from artificial sweeteners. This is also hidden in pops, like high fructose corn syrup, and different types of crackers, cookies, muffins. So different types of drinks, Gatorade, be very careful. And then, of course, sugar is hidden in so many areas. I've been looking at different yogurts, and it's just so crazy how much sugar is in yogurts. So be very careful. Even protein bars have a lot of these artificial sweeteners in them, and protein powders have a lot of artificial sweeteners. So look towards your xylitol, your stevia, your monk fruit as your honey, your maple syrup. Look towards natural alternatives. Number 4 is alcohol. I know my mom hates this one because she loves her wine. A glass of wine or a glass of white alcohol would not be as bad, but multiple glasses. Beer has a ton of barley, so just being cautious, limiting the alcohol, because that does destroy your gut. If you have any gut issues, take 3 months off and help your gut heal, and then slowly add back in if you desire. And number 5 is conventional meats. I know, beef jerky tastes great, and people love things like sausages or pastrami, that kind of thing, but truly damaging to your gut. And again, one of the best ways is to do food diary or food elimination, and then only add in for special occasions, knowing that it can affect your gut bacteria and your gut microbiome. So there are healthy foods. Like I said, those were the 5 bad ones, but we're going to go over 5 good ones. Bone broth is number 1. You can make this very inexpensive in your own home. We also have in our fridge right now broth from just making broccoli, and then we'll add it into soup. So save that water from your vegetables, save that broth from your different types of chicken or turkey, and then you can freeze it. So we'll freeze it and then use it for different soups, and it is very, very healthy for your gut microbiome. Looking for probiotic and prebiotic rich foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir. Kefir we have in our house. Again, it's not something I love the taste of, but easy to add into a smoothie, or if I am having high protein yogurt or oatmeal, I could easily add a little bit in to make it easier. Intermittent fasting does help heal your gut. If you're new to this, we have many talks on this, but you can start with 12-12, not eating for 12 hours for the time you go to bed till 12 hours later in the morning, and then slowly get that to 14 hours or 16 hours. So that means you're still eating in an 8 to 10 hour window. That's the easiest form of fasting. And then we have our talks on the 5 different ways getting to that warrior fast. But start slow and work your way so that you can do more, and maybe even just once or twice a week until you get a little bit stronger. There is such thing as a SIBO diet. That's to help that, again, get rid of the increased bacteria in your body and help only have the good bacteria. And that's reducing the intake of fermentable carbohydrates that feed that bacteria. It does take a little bit of work. So again, talk to your naturopath to make sure you're doing this with a support system. I do recommend a 7-day food diary. And when you write out the foods that you've had, then rate out of 10 how you feel, 10 being horrible. Rate your body so you can look at some patterns throughout the week. Typically, you don't eat and feel bad always immediately an hour later. It may be the next day or 2 days later, but you can look for some patterns of certain foods that aggravate you. So for example, I could eat maybe a couple of bites of gluten, but if I did that 2-3 days in a row, then I start to feel worse and worse and more sluggish. So 7-day food diary, this also be very helpful to bring to your holistic nutritionist or your naturopath, and they would be able to assist you better with, all right, these are the foods to avoid or limit, or hey, you're not drinking enough water. We've seen so many people that think they're having 2-3 glasses of water and think that's enough when they really need to get to 8 to 10. So have that water bottle with you all the time. You will see that I got my big cup from Life West Chiropractic College with me at all times. And I just keep it filled all the time at home, and then my 3 water bottles at work. There are 3 R's to gut healing. We want to remove the problem, repair the problem, replace the good gut bacteria, and re-inoculate the good bacteria. Number 1 with remove. Now, these products do come from Max Living, but there are similar products that you can talk to your naturopath about. But the first step is remove that bad bacteria and over bacteria, those parasites, the candida, and yeast. Next is repair the gut lining, and that can be done with aloe, okra, marshmallow root. And number 3 is replace the what's in your gut lining with good pancreatic digestive enzymes, good HCl bile salts. Again, do not do this without help. Make sure you know the quantities and you're having a support system as you're replacing those good digestive enzymes. And number 4, re-inoculate. Add those good probiotics into your system to help your body absorb those foods better. It is important to do that exercise. Exercise when soon as you're getting moving, you're bouncing. One of them is rebounding. That will help your body microbiome and enrich those good bacteria such as lactobacillus. It'll help you improve creating those short chain fatty acids, which will help your overall health and bacteria. So definitely getting even just moderate exercise 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day would be your minimum goal. Now, it is important to do these detoxes. I try to do it at least 3 times a year as the seasons change. That's how I remember. But do it with support. Some of them can be easy ones, just maybe a 3-day water fast, a 3-day berry and veggie fast are easier to do at home. You do typically need to be near your own bathroom. As you get into more carbon or more intense detoxes, it's really important to have that support system. We do have the foot detoxes at our office, and that can be done with our holistic nutritionist. So you can ask more about that. That's sort of the lazy way, but definitely looking to get your gut healthy by choosing, even if it's just a weekend or a 3-month period where you're being very, very careful for your nutrition. So what's your spine have to do with this? Remember, your vagus nerve's right at the top of your neck. That vagus nerve wanders and goes all the way down to your digestive system. So your nervous system controls all function with that gut brain axis. And we want to make sure there aren't any areas of subluxation, those areas that twist or turn and put pressure and on the nerves, damaging them where those nerves exit to. And those nerves, if they're under more tension, under more stress, your body can't digest as well. So a chiropractor checks and looks for areas of subluxation and then does what's called an adjustment, removing that pressure to help that energy, that light through your nervous system so you can be your best and be less stressed. One of the areas to avoid these subluxations is sitting long periods, being on the phone, typing, looking down. These areas, once we're in improper posture, especially with the sitting, that will affect your digestion. When you're getting regular chiropractic adjustments, the research has shown that reducing stress off your nervous system, reducing stress on your body, you will improve your digestion and your microbiome diversity. Now, there are some symptoms of subluxations, those areas of misalignments, It can start with a headache when you don't get, if you get too much sugar, you don't get the right foods, the right nutrients. That can be the beginning of a digestive concern. It can affect a numbness and tingling or discomfort, acid refluxes, food intolerances, allergies. It can affect your sleep. So when you have any of these symptoms here, they can affect your nervous system and be damage on your nervous system, which can later affect your absorption of nutrients and your digestive system. This is why we recommend everybody gets a checkup. Wherever you live in the world, get a spinal checkup where somebody does curve correction of your spine, looking for areas of misalignment and helping that alignment. This is not a TikTok crack TikTok, try to TikTok video to crack everything. This is to look for those specific areas to make sure you find those areas of subluxation and help remove them so that your overall body can function in a less stressed way. So as we talk about those action steps today, when we're talking about those 4 R's, help remove the problem and replace with good bacteria, good digestive enzymes, reinoculate with good probiotics, eliminate those 5 foods that cause damage, and get some help. This is not something we need to do alone. Do a consultation, a 5-minute meet and greet with our naturopath to talk about, do you need a gut analysis that's very specific to check your overall bacteria in your throat, in your gut lining. Do a live blood cell analysis with a holistic nutritionist. At the Justine Blainey Wellness Center, we do have a naturopath, Dr. Udani. We do have a holistic nutritionist, Sabine. And of course, make sure you get your checkup for your spinal nervous system with your chiropractor. Osteopaths are also very good, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, emotional release therapy, craniosacral therapy. These are all therapies we offer at the center because they help reduce stress. And anything that helps reduce stress, including meditation, prayer, will help your digestive system. We encourage everybody, pass this on. We want you to be your best and to have the best nutrition possible. Stay tuned with us. Our goal is to help you be your best. And we have always amazing upcoming webinars and talks. Coming up in November, we have what to do about your gallbladder, how to protect it, and what do you do if you've removed it, how to manage that holiday stress, how to keep up your muscle mass and build muscle mass, and how to reduce edema, inflammation. So stay tuned for us. We're here to help you. Pass this on, work on that digestion because it's super important for you to be your best. See you soon.